Hello everybody, welcome to Court Case Roundup. I'm Chuck Melburn, and today you can call in and ask me some questions about some court cases.
Hey Charles, can you tell me about the Loving versus Virginia case?
Very good question. So in Loving vs. Virginia, 1967, Mildred Jedder and Richard Loving got married in Virginia. Their marriage was interracial, and they were arrested in 1958. At the time, many states had laws banning interracial relationships. The question was, did the law that Virginia had about interracial relationships violate the two's 14th Amendment right? The court ruled that yes. Indeed, it was unconstitutional. Because of this, it opened the gates for so anyone can marry anyone they love. That's all for now for Court Case Roundup. See you back next time. Chuck Melburn, and today you can call in and ask questions about court cases.
What's up, Chuck? Can you give some information about McCullough versus Maryland?
Another great question. So in McCullough vs. Maryland, 1819, Maryland was targeting the U.S. bank by taxing them. James McCullough, the branch manager, refused to pay. Maryland sued McCullough. The question the Supreme Court had to answer was, did Maryland have the right to tax a branch of federal government? The Supreme Court ruled that the national government is always supreme when there's a conflict between state and national power. Because of this, it established that the federal government is supreme and states cannot tax the federal government. That's all today on Court Case Roundup. I'm your host, Chuck Melburn. See you again soon. Hello folks, I'm Chuck Melburn, and today on Court Case Roundup, you folks can call in and ask a question about any court case.
OMG, hi Charlie, can you please tell us about Near versus Minnesota? Thanks!
So many great questions. So in Near versus Minnesota, in 1931, J. Neal worked at Saturday Press Monopolis. They published papers that said negative stuff about public officials, like the mayor and the governor. Minnesota shut the company down and sued them. The issue was, did Minnesota shutting down the company violate the First Amendment right of freedom of the press? The verdict was yes. It did violate the First Amendment. Because of this, the government can never censor anything you say about them. That's all tonight about on Court Case Roundup. I'm your host, Chuck Melburn. See you back soon. Welcome folks to Court Case Roundup. I'm your host, Chuck Melburn, and today you, lucky guests, can call in to ask your questions about court cases.
Yo, what's up, Charles? Why don't you give us some information about Hazelwood versus Killmeyer?
So, in Hazelwood vs. Killmeyer, 1987, at Hazelwood East High School, the principal censored student-written school newspapers. He censored stories about students with divorced parents and teen pregnancy. The question the court case had to answer: did censoring school newspapers violate the First Amendment? The court said that no, it was constitutional. They said the First Amendment does not apply for school activities. This shows that not everything is protected by the First Amendment. That's all tonight on Court Case Roundup. I'm your host, Chuck Melburn, and see you back real soon. Welcome to the final episode of Court Case Roundup. I'm your host, Chuck Melburn, and today, you, the viewers, can call in to ask questions about your favorite court cases.
Give me information about Miranda versus Arizona or I will leak your address.
So in Miranda vs. Arizona, in 1966, Ernesto Miranda was charged for kidnapping and was found guilty. When he was questioned, the police didn't tell him that he could remain silent, and he told them info that incriminated himself. He claimed they violated his Fifth Amendment right, which protected people accused from self-incrimination. The question the court had to answer: did the police violate his Fifth Amendment right to no self-incrimination? The court said yes, that Miranda's rights were violated. Because of this, whenever anyone gets arrested, the person arresting them must state their Miranda rights, which is, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. That's all for Cold Case Roundup. I'm your host, Chuck Melburn, and please give me an A on this project.